Welcome to Pete and Hannah's Watchlist. I'm your host, Pete Mitchell. I'm here with my great co-host, Hannah.
Hello, people.
Hannah,
Yes.
we're here today for AFI Top 100 10-year revisited.
Yes.
But before we begin, let us tell the viewers and the listeners what they should do.
Could you pretty please leave a like and subscribe to our channel?
Subscribe.
Leave a comment down below your feedback on the show, thoughts, feelings, comments, queries, all that jazz in the comments below.
Hit the notification button and you will get great content like this one.
That's right.
Including What's Next, the show where we help you figure out what to watch next. And we reviewed Superman, Hannah.
Wow. What a movie. What
Sure.
a joyful time.
Good golf club. Today's AFI Top 100 10-year revisited. And then tomorrow is movie news where we'll preview I Know What You Did Last Summer. Don't make the same joke that you did yesterday.
Okay, I don't remember what I did last summer. Oh, no,
It was the summer you turned pretty.
I remember. It was the summer where I watched West Wing.
I thought that my summer turned pretty.
That was a good, yeah.
I thought it was good. And this Friday we are dropping Championship Belt Holder. This year, this week, this month, we're doing year 1973. But before we do all that, we need to do AFI Top 100 10-year revisited. And today, Hannah, it is all dedicated to the movie On the Waterfront.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was on the waterfront.
It was
I
on the
believe.
waterfront. It's movie number 19. Have you seen it before?
No, I've never watched this movie.
You know, when I watched this movie when I was probably a teenager,
A young lad.
and they used to play Oscar-winning movies on the ABC, which is our national broadcaster, so
Yes.
PBS of America,
Yeah,
CBC
yeah.
in Canada,
Or the BBC.
BBC in England. We have an audience all around the world. And they used to play at late night, and I used to stay up, and I was supposed to go to school the next day or work, and it wouldn't matter. I just want to watch these Oscar-winning movies, and On the Waterfront and when I watched it, I was like, God, this movie's good.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing today. Where did we watch it? Well, we rented it on Amazon Prime, and it is a Columbia movie.
That it is.
It is Columbia Pictures. Hannah,
Yes.
thoughts on Columbia?
Yeah, they've been on this
Yeah,
a couple times.
owned by Sony now.
Yes.
That's true. This is directed by Elia Kazan, written by Bud Schulberg, suggested by Crime on the Waterfront by Malcolm Johnson, produced by the great Sam Spiegel, and cinematography was Boris Kaufman, edited by Gene Milford, music by Leonard Bernstein.
Who left Snoopy in the vestibule? Leonard Bernstein.
Production company was Horizon Pictures, Sam Spiegel's production company. Distributed by Columbia Pictures, as we just said. The release date was July 28th, 1954. Running time was 108 minutes, very brisk. And the budget was $910,000, and it made $9 million.
Oh,
Hannah,
yes.
movies of 1954.
Yeah. Wow. What a year.
What a year. We've already had one on the list.
Yes.
And that was The Great Rear Window
Yep.
by Alfred Hitchcock.
Hitchcock starring James Stewart. Sorry.
James. Hannah, the movies of 1954. Okay, I'm going to give you some.
Yep.
Right? There's No Business Like Show Business.
Pretty good.
Magnificent Obsession. Rear Window, which we had on
Yep.
the AFI Top 100 list. One of your favourite movies of all time, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
By the way, it does not age well. So,
Wow.
not politically correct, that movie.
A Star is Born.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
James Mason. Judy Garland.
Judy Garland's best performance
Yeah.
in that. Robbed
The Country Girl.
by the country girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Glenn Miller Story.
Yeah, it's right.
Oh, James Stewart again.
All of those biopic ones
Biopics,
they're all right.
Yeah. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Buena Vista. The K Mutiny.
Yeah.
And White Christmas.
Oh, man. Classic. Absolute classic.
Okay, Hen.
Yeah.
Let's get into the
Backstory.
the backstory of this
On the waterfront.
On the Waterfront. The film is widely considered to be Elia Kazan's answer to those who criticized him for identifying 8 communists. So when they were trying to figure out, when they were like investigating Hollywood and who's working out who's communist and who's not, this guy turned on 8 people. Now, there was a famous Oscars in the 90s where he was given a Lifetime Achievement Award by Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese, I believe. And some people, including Nick Nolte and Ed Harris, refused to stand for Elia Kazan because of what he did.
Ooh,
he didn't think he did anything wrong. And this movie was a response to this.
Yeah, okay.
So one of his great friends at the time was Arthur Miller. Now, Arthur Miller...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Playwright.
Very...
Yeah, married to Marilyn Monroe. He did Death of the Salesman, who Elia Kazan had directed on Broadway. Won Tonys for, he had written a version of this script called The Hook, and Kazan agreed to direct it, and he met with Harry Cohn of Columbia Pictures about making the picture.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, let's do it. And so when Cohn asked about the portrayal of corrupt unit officials, the antagonist be changed to communist, Miller refused. Cohen sent a letter to Miller saying it was interesting that he resisted Columbia's desire to make this movie more pro-American. Kazan asked Miller to rewrite the script, but Miller declined. And they didn't have a really great friendship after that. So, Kazan replaced Miller with Bud Schulberg. The screenwriter later recalled how he researched the story about On the Two Docks. He spent years down on the docks. He looked at it, Rome waterfront bars, read the story from Malcolm Johnson. And you got to remember, it was like the Wild West on the waterfront. There was this character named Johnny Dio. He was a real life mobster, and the thing about Johnny Dio, he was in organised crime. He was a famous labour racketeer. He was involved in an attack that was later portrayed in the comics as Two-Face, where he threw acid on somebody.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the mobster throwing acid. And,
oh, my God.
Yeah.
Two-Face.
Yeah. He also had a role in creating a fake labour union, and he helped Jimmy Hoffa become president of the Teamsters. So this is how connected this guy was.
Okay, he's pretty dodgy.
So when they did the movie, they went to Marlon Brando. He declined. So then they went to Frank Sinatra.
Oh,
and they had a handshake deal. But Kazan wanted Brando because he needed a bigger box office star. Because
at the time,
Frank Sinatra wasn't
he was struggling to get back in.
Yeah.
Back into pictures.
So Kazan came up with the idea how he could trick Brando into taking the role.
Tell me.
So he got his friend Carl Malden, who they'd started on a streetcar named Desire, which has already been on this list as well. And they organised in the actor studio Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward to read. Brando got whiff of this. He said, no way, I'll do the role. Because Brando and Newman were rivals.
Oh.
So you didn't want the new guy to take over.
So you basically like Kindergarten Cop, don't stop and my mum will shoot.
100%. It's like all these actors are all, measuring contests,
Yeah.
So this movie was filmed in 36 days on location in various places in Hoboken, New Jersey. It was including the church was used, Our Lady of Grace, which was built in 1874. Okay, so let's talk about Marlon Brando. We've already had him on the list twice.
And we'll have him on again.
Yeah, we have him again. He was on the list for Streetcar Named Desire. He was also on the list for Apocalypse Now. He wasn't actually technically in Godfather 2.
So we don't count it.
You can't really count it.
And then he's in this, but he's in Godfather Part 1.
Godfather
which
Part
was
1.
later on this list.
Yeah, number 2. So in 1955, Anthony DiVenzo filed a lawsuit against Columbia Pictures because of the portrayal of Terry Malloy, the character that was based on. He said that that character was based on him. and because he was a whistleblower and all that stuff like that. So, but Columbia said no, it wasn't. But what happened was they ended up bringing Marlon Brando on the stand, and they asked Marlon Brando, "Did you study this guy?" And he goes, "Yes, he did." So Columbia had to pay him. So they ended up paying him $22,800.
Wow.
Marlon Brando, like, he's definitely a character, and I know we're going to talk about him more in Godfather, and we've talked about him a little bit, but like the Apocalypse Now story is just famous. Like he loves.
Oh man, we talked about that. Yeah.
He loves improvising.
Yeah.
We talked about him in Superman where he read everything off cue cards. He did the same thing in Godfather 2.
He got lazy. Yeah.
But even Hannah, he didn't want to know his lines for this movie either. And this is like peak. Like this is 4 years after A Streetcar Named Desire. This is when he went on that run where he got Oscar nominated 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Like we're in the prime of his career and he doesn't bother remembering his lines.
No, because he thinks he embodies the character his own way and he thinks he can.
So you got to remember, Elia Kazan had worked with him on many occasions.
Yeah.
And he was used to dealing with these guys that were all method. So, yeah, we'll go into Elia Kazan a little bit.
You would hate to be the scriptwriter and you're like, that guy's not following.
So, Carl Malden, we talked to him a little bit about in A Streetcar Named Desire. He plays Father Barry in this.
Yeah.
Carl Malden, he's Oscar-winning role. I think when he played General Omaha Bradley in Patton. The cast for this movie is just so good. We got Brando, won an Academy Award. You got Carl Malden, who had won an Academy Award. You got Robert Steiger, who won an Academy Award. You got Eva Marie Saint, who won an Academy Award for this movie. Like it's off the chain. It's such a great cast.
They are actor
and it's
worthy actors.
Like this movie reminds me such of a play. Oh. It's play like.
Oh, it's so play like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Carl Malden, just such a great actor. He ended up starring in the streets of San Francisco with Michael Douglas in a TV show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great Carl Malden. He also started as a priest. He asked, "Jed, do you want me to hear your confession?" Always comes back to West Wing. You remember that, him? Lee J. Cobb. You might remember Lee. In the movie, this one, he plays Johnny Friendly. We talk about Johnny Dio. He was juror number 3 in 12 Angry Men, which we have covered before.
Yeah, on this list.
Yeah. He also starred in Exodus and Boomerang. The next person is Rod Steiger. Now, Rod, we've had on the list before for In the Heat of the Night. And he starred in The Pawnbroker as well. He starred in End of Days, which is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. He starred in The Specialist, which is a movie with the great Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone. Jimmy Woods plays a evil bomb guy in that movie. What a movie that is. Rod Steiger. Rod and Marlon Brando did not get along, and then when we're going through scene breakdown, I'll tell you why they had a massive falling out in this movie. So stick around for that one. Eva Marie Saint. We've had her before in North by Northwest.
Yep.
Great performance as Eve Kendall. In this movie, she plays Edie Doyle, the sister of the guy that has been unalive at the start. And she was also my favourite Martha Kent in Hottie Hot Take last week in the Superman. And she was also in Exodus as well. Grace Kelly turned down the role of Edie Doyle, deciding to make Rear Window instead.
Good choice. Good choice.
Great choice.
Great choice. Go ahead.
Elia Kazan, in his autobiography, says that the actress that was going to play Edie Doyle before they went with Eva Marie Saint was Elizabeth Montgomery. Oh. And you might remember her as Samantha. And she played Samantha in a little show I like to call Bewitched.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Big.
They played a little bit of Oscar decoy with Eva Marie Saint because Sam wanted her to be nominated, and so he put her in Best Supporting Character category. But she was really a Best Actress because she was in it far too much to be supporting.
Very much in the whole movie.
It was a good decision. She ended up winning. Okay, Elia Kazan.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had him before for Streetcar Named Desire. He was director of East of Eden with the great James Dean. Directed America, and directed this. He was Oscar winner for On the Waterfront. He Oscar winner for Gentleman's Agreement, and he was Oscar nominated for A Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah.
He directed 21 actors that end up being nominated for performances. James Dunn, Celeste Holm, Gregory Peck, Dorothy Maguire, Anne Revere, Jean Crane, Ethel Barrymore, Ethel Waters, Carl Malden, Vivian Lee, Kim Hunter, Marlon Brando, Anthony Quinn, Eva Marie Saint, Lee J. Cobb, Rod Steiger, Joe Van Vliet, James Dean, Carol Baker, Mildred Dunlock, Natalie Wood. Dunholm, Malden, Lee, Hunter, Quinn, Brando all won Oscars, including Eva Marie Saint in this movie.
Wow. That's a good track record of work with this guy.
He's down as one of the greatest directors. If he didn't do the thing where he turned on his mates and dubbed them into as being communist, he would go down as one of the greatest.
Yeah, so he just...
Yeah. Like Warren Beatty still thinks he's one of the greatest directors of all time. It
depends who you ask, yeah.
De Niro loved working. He worked in a movie called The Last Tycoon with him. Mm-hmm. It's one of his last films. And so De Niro rated him highly as well. Martin Scorsese was the guy that presented him the honorary Oscar. Bud Sherwood, he wrote A Face in a Crowd. He wrote this. He wrote Everglades. The idea for this movie came from reporter Michael Johnson, I said before. He wrote 24 articles and he won a Pulitzer Prize.
Wow.
And it was reinforced by the 1948 murder of New York dock hiring boss, which woke America to the killings and that crime commission was behind that. Yeah. So he became a regular fixture on the Waterfront, hanging outside Long Island bars, interviewing longshoremen. So that's what this movie is based on. The great Leonard Bernstein, we seen his music.
Heard his music?
Yeah, we heard his music in West Side Story, but we also got to hear the music in this. You can just notice it. As soon as the music starts playing, you
immediately were like, boy.
Yeah, 100%. We saw him in the Maestro, played by the great Bradley Cooper.
That's where the Snoopy in the vestibule comes from.
Sam Spiegel, we've had him on the list.
Yeah.
For African Queen.
Oh.
For Bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh.
This.
Oh.
And he's going to be on the list for Lawrence of Arabia, which is, we've got a poster of that in this movie.
Interested to see.
But
yeah.
He's definitely one of the best. He is definitely one of the best producers of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. Critics said in 1954, the New York Times critic A.H. Wheeler called the film powerful, exciting, imaginative, and gifted professionals. I could not agree more.
Yep.
Oscars. Sam Spiegel won for Best Picture. Elia Kazan won for Best Director. Marlon Brando for Best Actor. All the boys got nominated, but ended up taking it away from each other, I would say, because Lee J. Cobb, Carl Malden, Rod Steiger all nominated. Best Supporting Actress went to Eva Marie Saint, which we brought up before.
Yes.
Best Screenplay went for Bud Sherwood. Best Art Direction, Best Cinematographer, Best Film Editing, all won. And then Best Score got nominated Leonard Bernstein, but did not win. Let's go through some of the winners of 1954. I
don't want to go through that year again.
Well, we've done it before.
It's tough.
So Brando beats Bogart and Bing Crosby and James Mason.
Yeah, which obvious, yeah.
Yeah. Eben O'Brien for the Bandfake Tessa. That ended up beating the three boys and Tom Tully in The Cane Mutiny. Actress went to Grace Kelly for The Country Girl, which Hannah does not like. Audrey Hepburn was also nominated for Sabrina.
Not that I don't like
Calm
the
down.
performance.
It's okay. It's all right.
Judy deserved them more.
And so it ended up working well for her.
Yeah.
She would have gotten anywhere near.
It was a very smart move because it was Grace Kelly's year. She was up and coming at the time and she did do it. She's great. But, she's not as good as someone else in that movie.
So we actually did say that Alfred Hitchcock probably should have won for Rear Window.
Yeah, and
after watching this movie, yeah.
I'd still say
it's
that.
It's not a directing movie, this one, I wouldn't say.
Nope.
It's an actor tour de force, though.
Yeah, no, directing had to go. The way he was able... Rear Window, it's set in one place,
Yeah.
and you have different shots of
Unbelievable.
different windows, and it's so incredibly compelling. Yeah, it's a much more directing tour de force.
Do you... Okay,
You
so
know.
here's the Best Picture nominees. So Rear Window didn't get nominated. K-Mutiny did.
Crime.
Country Girl got nominated. Seven Brides, Seven Brothers got nominated. And Three Coins in a Fountain. Never seen that one. Three Coins in a Fountain.
No.
Never seen that one.
No.
No.
Don't ask me what I would choose.
Seven Brides, Seven Brothers.
Yep.
I know you too well.
It shouldn't win. It actually shouldn't even be. I don't even know why it's there. But
It should be on the 100 AFI Top 100, someone said.
Oh,
I don't know who said.
I'll
Maybe
take
you.
it. I'll take it.
Reaction to this film recently. Rotten Tomatoes 99, Letterboxd 4.2, IMDb 8.1.
Yep.
You know who loves this movie? And he's written about it.
Who?
Al Pacino. Loves this
Really?
movie.
Of course. I
Loves
feel like
this.
he definitely had the fondness for
Love
the
this
Brando.
movie.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that was written about this movie is the speech. I
I could have been a contender.
yeah.
Yeah. I know that line.
Yeah, it's been written about. It's
been reused and everything.
I think it was on Marlon Brando's eulogy.
Yeah, I could have been a contender. Yeah, I knew about that bit before I've even heard of this movie. You know,
That's true. And every Thursday we do a segment called Clickbait Hot Takes. And last week we talked about Superman and we rated our best Superman movie, best Lex, best Martha and John.
In a draft sort of knockout sort of show.
Yeah. And of course I won. Hen, what is your hot take for On the Waterfront?
My hot take is that we've continued the almost most movies of late have been David and Goliath stories. You know, some guy trying to fight a bigger cause. This one, I don't really like the guy I'm rooting for. You know, it takes a long time for me. I think this movie is really, but it sticks the landing really well. The ending, from the moment he decides he's gonna speak up, like he has to talk with his brother in the car, from that bit on, I'm like, this movie is phenomenal. Like it's doing, it makes sense why it's on this list. Everything before it, I'm like, I feel, because I made a comment that it's just like Rocky.
So Hannah, I was going to steal that as my clickbait.
Could you take it
Well,
over?
I was
Because
gonna
I was
steal
just going to say my clickbait is that it sticks the landing, but it's not that great.
I was gonna say that this movie is the prequel to Rocky.
Yeah.
Because
this is Rocky where he didn't get the
he's-
prize fight.
yeah.
This is Rocky.
Yeah, 100%. Like, buddy, you know he's done dodgy stuff, Rocky, to where he was. And that's why Mickey didn't love him anymore.
He meets a weird girl that's in love with him.
His life would have ended up like Terry Malloy if Apollo didn't give him a shot.
The
So
priest
in
and
Rocky
Mickey,
4,
very
when
similar.
Rocky is given the eulogy at Apollo's funeral, and he says, "I would have been a bum without you. I wouldn't have had all the things that I had. I wouldn't have my family. I wouldn't have all that
It's
stuff.
basically
And it's all because of you." And Terry Malloy was going that way as well. Like after this, Terry Malloy's life doesn't work out. He's a loser.
It doesn't work out. He might not even survive.
He got tricked into helping by the priest, and it ended up getting
the priest.
Yeah.
Is like Mickey.
Oh,
he just forces them to forces Terry to keep going, despite the fact, that just like everyone else was just being knocked off.
Yeah.
Like, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
The priest, you're not helping. You're not even protecting. We're not getting, the law enforcement are trying to get down to it, but they're not saving anyone.
I'm gonna go for this one. Hen. I think Terry Malloy is a perfect mix of Rocky Balboa and Paulie, because he's got the loser qualities of Paulie. Like, everyone else is blamed.
Can have a job.
Yeah, can have a job. All that stuff. Like,
I could have been
he would just, like, in this movie, he's lying on a bed when all the other people are working because he doesn't want to work. Like classic Paulie behavior.
And he can't count.
Exactly. Classic Paulie behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good clickbait, Hen. Good clickbait.
Yours is great.
I stole yours.
No, mine was just like, I just found this movie to be quite cumbersome until the end, because I think the ending is great, but
the
like
the ending of this movie is just...
we've had a lot of David and Goliath.
Yeah.
Like we literally last week had a David and Goliath
The
story.
last 20 minutes of this movie is all time.
yeah.
It's just all time classic.
But you have to get through like him, kind of dating Eva Marie Sane and stuff. Like it's, and
they weren't dating.
Whatever they were doing.
I don't know what they're doing, but he
It was weird.
He was.
It's like when Rocky goes on the date with Tiny.
I know what you're saying when it comes to this
weird.
character. It's really hard to like him.
He's
it's really
not-
hard to
he's-
like
he's a
any
bum.
characters in this movie.
I hate the priest.
Well, okay. She
Not
hates Carl Malden people.
Not the men of the cloth. I more
Just
so
hate-
just hate this priest really sucks.
She was a big fan of Conclave, guys. Let's
I
get on to
was.
Pete and Hannah's review and let's go through to scene breakdown. The movie starts with Terry Malloy yelling out to Joey, who's Edie's brother, "I have your bird. I think it's your bird. I'll meet you on the roof." He ends up going to the roof and Joey gets thrown off the roof because Joey's trying to give
Splat.
information about Johnny Friendly to the crime commission. But Terry was so I think naive would be
He's
a
naive
polite word.
because he doesn't believe. He thinks, they're just going to rough him up a bit to try and get him straight. Not, they're taking these people out.
And like
was like-
just like the schoolyard, no one tells on anyone in the schoolyard to the teachers.
Yeah, this is-
longshoremen don't talk
yeah.
to the police, and if you do talk to the police, you know things are going to get.
Snitches get stitches. This is basically
That's
it.
what we live by here in this house. Snitches get stitches. And then Edie on the docks, like everyone. So they go to the docks, and the person that's in charge of like unloading a ship or loading a ship, they go, okay, well, we need so many workers. And then the union, who's controlled by the mob, get to control who works and who doesn't. And Terry always gets work because his brother is a
works with the mob.
union official. And so Edie comes down with the priest and is accusing all these people of...
You had something to do with my brother's death. Yeah.
And her father works on the dock.
Yep. And trying to get work. And the priest also is starting to realize how seedy his his flock is.
Yeah.
Like he's supposed to be, these are supposed to be his children and they're running wild and they're, not doing deviant things.
The thing I missed before you brought it up before, like he couldn't count. Like they have like after Edie goes, "Who killed my brother?" and stuff like that, and the priest is given the last rites. They go into sort of like a bar,
It's
which
like
is
a
like
pub.
a clubhough as well.
Yeah.
So they're in the back room where they play
a
pool,
pool room, yeah.
which you probably saw like in Goodfellas and stuff. And someone's counting money, and then the Johnny Friendly goes to Terry Malloy.
I like the kid.
You need to count money, And then he's off because
He used to box.
Well, because there's like a Marksbury of Queenswood rules, and he's like, he was an amazing boxer, but he got told to throw a fight, and he did. But everyone's sort of picking on him in sort of thing because he's trying to count. And he goes,
very slow.
I lost count.
I lost count.
Yeah, because he's not the sharpest tool. But he is a little bit off because he's still thinking about, oh man,
Joey.
I put a guy to death. I really like Joey. Joey was a friend. So it ends up. Edie comes down to the dock. Terry tries to talk to Edie. Edie doesn't want anything to do with it because she knows that this guy's dodgy because he's part of the...
But Terry is pretty enamored with Evie.
Yeah, well, can't blame her. She's very attractive.
She's a pretty lady.
She's a pretty lady. So the priest is sort of like getting people so they come to the church. And so the mobsters, the union officials, say to Terry, I need you to go to the church. So he's sitting in the back of the church, and the priest is trying to convince all these people to come out and talk to the crime commission just like Joey did. Joey choo-choo. And so they send people to the church to rough these guys up as they were coming out.
Yeah.
And so they rough up the wrong guy, and one of the guys, Coogan, I think his name is.
Yeah.
He says after getting roughed up, he goes to the priest. If you're in this, and we're in this together, I will talk.
Yeah.
And so he does talk. And what, like,
And
like
the priest is
these
so
guys
strange.
that turn on unions and turn on mobsters. The first guy over the wall, God, they've got some balls. Like they've like
No,
really.
they're great, but the people
great.
the people who say, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna protect you," they don't do stuff.
Yeah,
They
but I will
suck.
say the priest did follow through here. But he would have thrown so many people to the sword because he wanted to turn this over.
Priest, yeah, the priest is, yeah, he's a bit of, I'll sacrifice the few for the many, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He has a weird mentality, I will say.
So Eddie's like basically Terry starts basically stalking Edie, and they go to the
keep
park
meeting
together.
up. They have a weird thing where she's like getting her gloves out,
Yeah.
and he picks it up off the floor and then starts wearing it.
Yeah.
Weirdest scene in the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you doing this?
And so like Edie goes
Weird
home
guy.
and she's supposed to go back and to become a nun because she's going to be a teacher and in a nun.
But
nunnery. But like she's enamored with Terry, and her dad says, like I work every day on the docks with a hook. I've got a bad back. I've got a bad shoulder. I've got bad wrist. And all in my mind, all I keep saying to myself is, I'm just doing this for Edie, and you want to stay? I made all these sacrifices. And basically she's saying, Dad, I really appreciate you, but that's not for me. I don't want to be there. I want to be here, and I want to make sure that
I want to fight for
I want to make sure that Joey didn't die for anything.
Yeah.
didn't die for nothing.
She's definitely not seeing it through her father's perspective, and the father is completely just he's just going about
Terry
it.
has got birds on the roof, and he's also got these kids.
Yeah, part
That's
of
sort of-
his like little mini gang.
He used to be a gang. He used to be in a gang.
Like in a kid's like
yeah,
leadership
and now
gang.
so he has these kids, sort of hanging out with
Mentoring.
him, and
He's basically-
they all look up to him because he could have been champion of the world, and well, that's what he keeps telling people.
Yeah, he's got the weird pigeons.
And so the pigeons, and so these kids are thinking out.
Think Lawrence
But
Fishburne
so
and
Edie goes
John
up there. Edie, why do I keep calling her Edie? Edie goes up there, and they have like a sort of a really cool moment on the roof. And Edie asks Terry about her brother, and he's sort of like he wants to tell her, but he can't, and he ends up like taking her to a dance, and he's just trying to keep her from getting hurt, and like everyone keeps wanting to talk to Terry about stuff, and he keeps saying, no, I want to, hang out with Edie.
they're kind of worried that he's going to get
So-
corrupted by her.
So the reason why the mob union want to talk to,
In quotations?
in quotations, want to talk to Terry is because Dugan's gone to the crime commission and he's talked and he said Johnny Friendly is running a racket scheme, and Terry was supposed to give them information about this, but Terry's just so
hasn't been
enamored with
paid.
Edie. He's, so he's
He
getting in
hasn't been doing
trouble.
his job.
And so basically the union, mobsters, in quotation marks, come up with an idea to get rid of Dugan. So they're on the dock. They're loading this pallet. They're throwing them up in the
Hooking
rope
them up.
system.
Yep.
And Terry Dugan's underneath with a bottle, and Terry goes to Dugan. I want to talk to you. I need to talk to you because he wants to say you need to be careful because they're going to come after you.
And
Dugan goes, I don't want you near me at all, Terry, because I know you're dodgy. Good call, Dukes.
Yeah.
And then Dukes is underneath there. He's chatting to somebody, and then they get the wink from Terry's brother.
Yeah.
And Joey. Is it he Joey? No, he's not a Joey.
No. They get the wink and then splat.
Splat.
Man, 2 splats.
Yeah. And then so his name is Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie.
Charlie. He gets, and then they go, oh, this guy needs a doctor. No, he doesn't need a doctor. He needs a priest. Oh, man. That's
bad.
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad. That's bad. Killing Dugan was like killing someone on a crucifix. And then the priest, as he's giving the last rites, goes on a massive sermon. He gives the biggest sermon you've ever seen. How does it feel when you see guys wearing $150 suits and diamond rings on their pinkies, all off your union dues? And
I get the priest's
Yeah.
motivation, like trying to get into their sympathies, get them to realize their struggles. But man, he's barking up the wrong trees sometimes.
so after that speech, Terry's inspired by the priest. So he goes to the
He
priest
is.
and says, I need to talk to you. He goes, no, the confessional's there. I'm not going to give you a confessional because this guy thinks Terry's a loser.
And
which,
also doesn't trust him at all.
Good call. But then Terry goes, I've got this thing. It's like carrying a monkey on my back. I need to tell you something.
Who's carrying who?
Yeah, great call. Hannah.
That's what he said. That's what the priest said.
It's insightful.
Yes.
And he says, have you told Edie? And he goes, no, I've tried. I just can't do it. And he goes, well, Edie's down there looking for you. I think you should tell her. That scene where he tells her. So from that scene where he tells her to the end of the movie is just one of the all-time runs.
This scene is well done because we know what he's going to say in this moment.
And you don't need to
we
hear
know
it.
her reaction.
Yeah.
So what they do is they have
Play a whistle.
They do the whistle, like they have all the all the
Construction.
noise around is so loud and blaring because this
Yeah.
scene is so shocking.
Yeah.
So it was well executed. I'll
Yeah.
say. It's very, very well done scene.
So
The looks on their
basically, he
faces.
says like his whole life changed because they wanted to make money on the fight, and it hasn't sat well with him at all. That
everything.
he would have been a contender. He would have been the champion of the world, except for the bet, and he's blamed the bet. So Johnny goes to Charlie. Your brother's turning on me, and you need to put him down.
Yeah, talk him out of it or send him to this location and call it out, And so that's what happens.
So
Charlie-
they get in the car, and Charlie is going to send him to that location. And
well,
then
he's
then they
also
have
trying
the
to work on him.
Then they have the conversation, and that is the conversation where we get one of the greatest speeches of all time. But this is also
this is the big fight.
This is the conversation that Rod Steiger and Marlon Brando never talked after again. Because as a part of his contract, Marlon Brando only had to work till 4:00 every day. He would go and leave to see his analyst because Brando had just lost his mother.
Oh.
And he was conflicted and he was in therapy to resolve these issues. So Rod Steiger would sit next to Brando while he would do these close-ups. But Brando didn't return the favour. So Steiger's close-ups were all filmed after Brando had left for the day. And Brando's lines were read by one of the crew members. For many years, Steiger, who had actually stayed between, as we said, stayed for Brando's close-ups, he hated Brando for this. And he thought that his portrayal of the character would have been so much better if Brando would have stayed. And he held this... he just held it and held it and held it.
He's just like, I wish the courtesy was to me as well.
It's funny
Not a
because,
big fan.
doing the research for this movie and listening to some of the autobiography from Elia Kazan, also Bud Schulberger and Rod Steiger, and some Rod Steiger interviews and stuff like that. All these guys held grudges about things. Like, before they went to Columbia, they went to Fox, and Elia Kazan got turned down by Richard Zanuck. And till the day he died, Bud Schulberger was talking to Elia Kazan, and he still had a grudge against Zanuck for turning this movie down. And then Rod Steiger, to the day he died, had a grudge with Brando because he wouldn't sit next to him while he did these close-ups. Like, these old guys just with all these grudges, just love it. So the text cap scene between Taylor and Charlie, it was one of the most famous scenes in cinema, and it was not improvised, even though Marlon Brando claimed in his autobiography that it was. Brando started to improvise the scene at the start, and Rod Steiger started following his lead. And then Elia Kazan yelled in the middle of
A take.
a take. He called out Buddy, which is Brando's nickname, which Elia Kazan called Brando. Hey, Buddy, stick to the script. And then cut, and then went again, and they never differed off the script again.
Well, he had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. I gotta say that car scene.
So that's that
Between
quote.
his two brothers,
You
yeah.
don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, is which I am. Was selected number 3 in the AFI Top 100.
It's
100 years, 100 quotes.
It's not just the line; it's the way Brando delivers it. Is so good.
Brando. I think this is what he won the Academy Award for, and it's
That delivery.
top 5 performances of the century. It was named.
Yeah, that delivery of that line is so
Unbelievable.
good. But yeah, and also it's a really nice scene between the two brothers because you have Charlie. He's like,
And so after that,
he's dedicated to the
Yeah.
mob, and now he's like,
after that, he
can't-
goes, mate,
I can't
take
take out
this
my
gun.
brother.
You need this before I go. And so he goes, okay, we're not going to that place anymore. We're going to the garden. But then the driver goes, no, you're going to that place because, Charlie, if you're in this car without your brother, you're going down.
It was already. I think.
It was already planned.
I think he was already going
if he
down.
wasn't going to send his brother, he was going down.
Yeah.
So then we get Terry go to Edie, and you get the scene where he says to Edie, Edie, you love me. I didn't say
I didn't love
of you. I said
I'd
stay away from me.
Which, unfortunately,
Edie,
men don't listen.
then you get someone yelling, just like when Terry was yelling at Joey for the bird.
Your brother Charlie's down here.
Your brother's Charlie's down here. Well, they get chased by a truck and then they get run over, and then you see
Hooked.
he's on a hook. That's what the original story was. It's called Hook.
Oh, because they're on hooks.
So for this scene, Brando lifts Rod Steiger's body off the hook, but Steiger had difficulties holding his breath because Brando took so long to perform this scene. Brando told him to take a breath, and Steiger could fill his lungs with oxygen and hold his breath for long, and it finally worked. So you get that scene. But it was because Brando was mucking around, basically.
Yeah.
No wonder why Steiger hated Brando. So basically Terry goes on a turn here, and he goes...
He's now determined to just beat their skulls.
He's
like,
going
I'm
to
gonna
kill
beat
them
their
all.
skulls
He's
off.
going to kill them all. And
Which, revenge.
Yeah.
Big fan.
But
Big fan.
then what? The priest comes to him and says, Terry, you can't get revenge that way.
No.
The only way you can get revenge is testifying in the commission. So they decided to testify in the commission. And
Wow.
there's a funny scene where they're naming the people of the
witnesses
union.
and the
And then it's like, he goes, you. And then he goes, I'm not that. I'm actually the recording secretary.
I'm the recording.
So he does the right thing, and then everyone says to him, basically, you're dead to us.
Yeah. It snitches. It's that basically as soon as you...
And everything is not working out for Terry
Yeah.
because he goes home and all his birds have been killed.
monstrous by the kids.
Yeah.
By those kids. Just because he spoke out.
100%.
They suck.
You know, so Johnny's reading the paper. So they're in like the little union shack, and Johnny's reading the paper, and they go, what do you think, boys? And then one of the offsiders goes, Johnny, you look great. You're on the front page. And all the people that have used Johnny and have made money off Johnny and stuff like that have all thrown Johnny under the bus. You know, there was like a big cat where you see the back shot of the big cat.
Yeah.
And he says, don't ever let that guy talk to me and stuff like that. And so then he says to all these union representatives, aka the mob, we're a law-abiding union. Throw your guns in the safe. We're not using them anymore.
Oh.
And so Terry goes to get some work, and he's been told no work. So Terry goes to lay it on the union. He says, I want work. And then they get into a massive fight. And Terry's like, all these people told me about you. I gave you, the best years of my life. And now I just want some work, And so they get into a huge fight. People start coming around, and then they say, if he doesn't work, we don't work.
Yes.
Because they try the docksman just trying to get them to work, and Johnny's laying. So Johnny's just laid him out. He's just laid him out, and Terry's on the ground, the priest and Edie go to him, and they're trying to get him up.
But the priest,
And
yeah.
the priest goes into him, whispers in his ears, Johnny's laying odds that you won't get up. And then Terry goes, get me on my feet. And he's that out of it.
Oh, this is
He
great.
asks them, am I on my feet? Am I ready to walk?
Almost like
Yeah.
when a boxer is like,
Yeah.
like struggling. Yeah, it's
Terry
really good.
walks to the dock. He's got his hook on his shoulder. And then, the door
people
comes
try
up.
People try. Priest's like, no, let him go.
Yeah.
He's got to do this. And
So-
and he stands up and he just walks.
That's
straight
the end of the
past.
movie.
And he walks past and everyone walks out.
And so Johnny's become
Johnny's like, I'll get you.
Yeah.
Like classic.
The
villain.
original ending for this movie, when Bub Schulweg wrote it, was that Terry was brutally murdered.
Oh, that's not. okay.
So
Okay.
this one's quite more uplifting.
It's way more uplifting.
Yeah.
Despite the fact it's still pretty sad.
Yeah,
The movie.
you could definitely see that the people. This is a response to people and unions
When
that
you
they were
speak
fighting.
out.
Yeah, they were fighting unions at the time, and
When you speak out and
Yeah.
everyone turns on you, even though you're technically doing the right
you
thing.
could definitely see that. In
Yeah.
This. Reasons to see this movie. This movie is one of the of this list. I'd probably say it is one of the best acted movies on this list. It is so well acted in this movie. You believe that this guy is going through an absolute moral
Oh,
quandary.
yeah. I would go Brando the way his performance in this movie is
you believe that one, he's a
amazing.
loser. You believe two that he's really struggling with the moral aspects of this, and you
had class.
like, at the end of this movie, you're not rooting for him, and I think that just goes to show how good this performance was from Brando, because you're not rooting for the character, you're rooting for
the idea.
to overcome the big bad. Like there's big bads in every single movie, and sometimes you don't overcome. Like in Chinatown a couple of weeks ago, we didn't overcome the big bad. He won.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Reasons not to see this movie. I would say
I'd say it's a bit of slog in a sense that it's
depressing, but
depressing and it's more so
I don't know. Like,
there's no reason not to see.
this movie's a good movie.
It's more so like, are you ever going to be? You never choose. Like, you're never going to be in the mood to. Oh yeah, I want to put on the Waterfront.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that.
Oh, this movie is 100% not rewatchable. Like we always ask, would you watch this movie again? And if it's on TV, you probably would watch it.
I probably watch it if it's the ending. I'm
like,
not watch anything else.
It's not one of those movies that I'm gonna, you know what I feel like today? I feel like On the Waterfront. But you know what you would say? Oh, I feel like Chinatown. Oh, I feel like It's a Wonderful Life.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try that. Yeah, On the Waterfront's not.
Like, it's not one of those movies. This is
Like,
one
I
of those.
never watched this movie until recently. So it's
Till yesterday.
Yeah, so for me, it's like I never chose this. I'm not the biggest Brando lover. Not that he's not a great performance.
like-
he's one of the best, but
Yeah.
it's just that
I think
I'm not drawn to
I
him.
think like out of all the big actors, like Brando,
I think
De Niro,
he's one of the best, but I'm not drawn.
Pacino, Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, you either like them or you don't. There's no in between with them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a huge Pacino guy.
Ooh.
I love Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
I'm not a huge Robert De Niro guy.
no.
Like, I do like Leo.
No.
But I totally understand when people go, no, I'm not really a Leo guy. Like, it's either like, you like those James Stewart type of actors.
Ooh.
See, James Stewart is not a take it or leave it sort of type of guy, because everyone pretty much loves James Stewart.
Yeah.
Everyone pretty much likes Tom Hanks.
Everyone pretty much likes Harrison Ford.
Yeah, everyone pretty much likes Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brando is one of those ones. I think you either love him and he's like on your all-time classic lists and he's up there on your Mount Rushmore
He's
and
the
stuff
GOAT.
like that, or you don't. And because he's got such a style. It's like a mumbling style. He has that mumbling style.
Yeah. It is very much. It's mumbling, short king energy.
Yeah, he is such a short king. Love that guy. Does this movie deserve to be on the list?
Yep.
I think it does. Now, does this movie deserve to be higher? Now, this is where I have a problem with this movie.
I have a problem how high this movie is.
Now, originally it was 8. So
Whoa.
I think now being Do I think this movie should be in the top 30? Yes. Do I think it's 19? No. Do I think it should be 29? Perfect.
Sure.
I think this movie is an all-time classic for one reason and one reason only.
That performance.
The last 20 minutes. Oh, man,
That's
the
what I
last 20 minutes.
say.
The last 20 minutes of this movie.
If it doesn't stick the landing, this movie sucks.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's a high wire act with this movie, and you could.
Because
and
like the build up for this movie kind of.
See that's the difference between, like anything in life.
I guess-
if you have a pretty good life but you don't stick the landing, yeah, you had a good day. Yeah, well, you still get a mark for that, you know.
Yes.
But this movie and
yeah.
in movies in general, if you don't have a really good ending, that's
You
why
are
like
right.
a lot of these movies on the list, great endings. Like you look at the list, like look Citizen Kane, all-time classic
Never seen it,
ending.
but okay.
Godfather, what an ending of that movie. Casablanca, what
Wait,
an ending
actually,
of that
yeah,
movie.
most of these movies
Look
have
at-
the most. Gone with the Wind has one of the most. Yeah, all
Yeah.
these movies have the most
Great endings.
memorable. Wizard of Oz has a memorable ending.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, like I Am Licked, like I'm not
It's a
licked.
Wonderful Life has one of the most memorable.
What a
They stick the landing, and
Yeah.
that's the most important part.
I'm trying to think.
I just feel like it's just a fight to get to the ending, you know, for me particularly.
Look at the ending of like number 36 on the list, Bridge over River Kwai. What? That is an
That's-
all-time
that's
classic ending. Sound of Music, what an ending of that movie.
Oh,
I'm just trying to think of a bad ending. Like Bonnie and Clyde, great ending.
bad ending?
Oh, Midnight Cowboy, your boy.
I think that's an interesting ending. A bad ending was
Shane?
probably like something like Sophie's Choice, because it's a really like the movie wasn't really about the ending, but it's a really tragic ending, so it's not really phenomenal.
What about the ending of The Deer Hunter? Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
oh,
So many good
there's
bits.
some depressing endings.
All right, so I think it doesn't deserve on the list. Probably done to be higher. Would you buy it on Blu-ray? Yeah, I think it's one you need to have. I think
Look at the collection.
yeah, I think
look at the
all
collection.
these top 30 AFI top movies, you need them on your list.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
important.
definitely. Would you watch this again? Nah, I wouldn't. I watched this once when I was a teenager, and I watched it. It's been
It sometimes plays on TV, but
it's been 20 years.
If I was flicking and it was the last like 20 minutes, like from the car ride, if it was from the
from the Edie chat.
I know, but for me, it's the car ride. I like the car ride with him and Charlie.
Well, you could have been a contender, Hannah.
I just think-
Rating for this one, it has to be an all-time classic. It just is. It just really is.
Okay.
You think it's a banger?
Okay.
You don't think it's a banger?
Okay.
No, tell me what you think.
I generally don't.
And you
I really like. Look, it's
really differ here. Like, I think this is an all-time classic.
I know.
That scene alone, I don't know, it just makes the whole movie.
It makes the whole movie, but you have to go through the whole movie to get there. Like, I could say that about a bunch of these movies, but for me personally, like, I don't enjoy the rest of the movie. I only enjoy the last 20 minutes.
Well-
and that to me isn't a great film because I've got to enjoy all of it, no? Or at least appreciate the start to enjoy it.
Well-
you know? I don't know. I just feel like it was too much of a struggle for me.
Okay. Yeah.
For me personally, watching the movie.
No, I like that from you.
It's one of the best 20 minutes I've seen, but it's still
No,
like
and love that.
it's a bit of a struggle.
Love that
Bit of
from
a
you,
struggle.
Hen.
All right? It's not perfect, okay?
That's it for today's show. AFI Top 100, 10-year revisited. And next week, we are looking at the 1927 classic from Buster Keaton, The General.
Ooh, okay.
New edition on the list. Wasn't on the original, so...
How old is that movie? Old.
I just said 1927.
Yeah, that's
Nearly
old. 100
years old.
Like, that's old.
Nearly 100 years old, Hen.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Appreciate that. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And, yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for
Thank you.
participating.
For
Love your
listening.
work. Yeah.
We're coming here on the waterfront.
On the waterfront. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Leave a comment below, or you can catch it Pete and Hannah's Watchlist at gmail.com.
That's right.
That's 10. That's I'm Pete. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
I'm Pete.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, cool. Until we meet again, long live cinema, and it's bye for now.
Bye.